This episode of the Nerd Corporation podcast may contain spoilers and explicit language. Listener discretion is advised. We are the Nerd Corporation.
What up, everybody? It's podcast day. My name is Eddie Lyon, a.k.a. Mother's Milk at Home.
A.k.a. Members Mark, Mother's Milk, M.
Quadruple M. For short. With me, as always, is Cole Simper.
I'm not an expert on the Bible, but didn't God send his only son down to be murdered?
Yeah, that's kind of like a late-term abortion.
Talk about a late-term abortion.
Well,
but he came back though, so it was kind of like a
He cheated.
yeah, but you know who didn't come back? All of the people he absolutely murdered before, you know, like with the whole Noah's Ark thing. And then also all the kids he murdered, like for, you know, Moses. So, you know, God's fine with killing children.
Oh, boy.
In fact, he's very pro killing children.
That's the Cliff Notes.
He's not even not anti. He is vehemently pro.
We at the Nerd Corporation respect everybody of every religion, creed, and belief.
It's going to be a fucking dick about it.
But if you're a Scientologist, you can go fuck yourself.
That's true.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's true.
Derek Reese.
No.
Nick Lewis.
Scruffy the janitor needs a new $300 haircut.
And Angela Wooden.
Ouija!
And we are the Nerd Corporation. Welcome to episode 164. Oh yeah, one of them. The gang's all here. We have a full cast again. Cole and Angela returned from their couple's mud butt.
So help me if you give us mud butt. I will be so angry.
We're just going to shoot the shit and do a segment of Whatcha Playing. So,
I hope we don't shoot the shit.
well, fucking, if it gets close to me, I'm going to shoot it.
They've been shooting the shit for the past 2 weeks.
Right. Just not with us.
So first, let's get on with the nerd news. So in wrestling news, more of Vince McMahon's extracurricular activities have unearthed.
You know, this is like actually the most cohesive storyline from WWE in a while.
Nice.
I think they should use
Got
it.
him.
Hella got his ass.
No, somebody's contract is going to end.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. They're going to stop mid-story. They're just going to fire John Laurinaitis.
I don't know, man.
They're gonna make him job out.
I don't know. I don't think Vince is gonna make it through this.
I don't think so either.
And I'm fucking glad for it.
Yeah, like I think this is the like the push to him retiring finally. That I think we're gonna need.
I think,
Oh yeah.
especially since Vince couldn't, you know, take a stunner from Stone Cold.
Oh, I know.
At WrestleMania. Like,
Dude,
this is gonna be the nail in the coffin.
So I've been watching old Raw and SmackDown. I'm on 2002, I believe, and Vince took a pedigree, and it was like taking that stunner. Like you would think he's been in this business his whole fucking life.
Yeah, he just lazily falls to the ground. Like he doesn't.
I don't think like that him not taking the stunner at WrestleMania, like, because it looked to me like when Stone Cold went for it, it looked like Vince just like lost his fucking balance and like fell back.
So he like kicked him and he fell, and he went back and like went up against the ropes and came back. I would have been cool if he like let him go up against the rope, come back, and then stun him.
You know, I'm pretty excited though, because I can almost bet you every single thing, including writing, that's been going wrong with WWE will improve massively. You know, because I mean, he literally, and I you know, not that I didn't already know this, but I was reading an article yesterday where somebody's basically echoing what I already felt and saying Vince fucks everything up. Like he has people tear scripts up like the day of the show. Like, how, as a writer, how are you going to come up with a cohesive story that pays off if you can't get that story rolling long enough
before Vince sits there and overrides it?
Yeah. So like, I know we give the writers a ton of shit, but like
a lot of it has to do with Vince.
Yeah, I'm sure a good fucking at least 60% of it is not their fault.
Yeah.
There's been some good stuff lately that hasn't lasted long enough.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when me, Eddie, and Derek were watching Money in the Bank, I think is when I was talking about the whole Judgment Day stable.
Right.
And how I loved that, and then all of a sudden, like, oh no, they're broken up, and Edge is coming back as a face now.
Well, now it's just Finn Balor and Damian Priest.
Oh yeah, like Edge was like, no, I'm out, and then accidentally hit the closet door, and then I don't know if they're still like doing a whole Ezekiel story. Like, I haven't really heard anything much from that, but
there wasn't much of it. Like, they just kind of dropped it.
Yeah, like, and that was like classic, like,
humor,
classic WWE humor.
Yeah,
and Vince comes in and says, "Nope, get rid of that."
Dare I say, back in the WWF days,
right?
So is this enough to get him out?
It might be.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. This isn't strictly an internal thing.
Yeah.
With them being public, with WWE being public, they have investors to answer to. So they can't just bury it.
Yeah.
There's no way to do that. That doesn't mean that they can't come out of it, that Vince can't come out of it relatively unscathed, but the likelihood of that is way lower.
Yeah. So it gives me hope.
Yeah.
And if he does leave, that means Nick Khan takes over.
Mm-hmm.
And Nick Khan, as far as premium live events have gone, is doing an amazing job. So
he's such an interesting character, man.
Oh man, he is right out of a like villain comic book.
Oh,
like
yeah.
just how like
Vince,
how
Nick.
outlandish his fucking decisions are. It's very strange. It reminds me a lot of Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And like that braggadocious nature and like a fuck you, pay me, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do type of attitude.
That's why
that's
see. Exactly what it is.
Like, and I wonder how much of it is real or how much of it is just kayfabe that is just taken over this man's body.
I mean, yeah, but exactly, because you do that kind of shit long enough where you're already an eccentric, like
do you think he's just like a permanent heel in his brain now?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's just like he's just that fucking character. He's not a human being
Absolutely. But the difference is back in the day, he was the only person that he had to answer to. And that's not the case anymore.
How long do we have until he does something just outrageously fucking offensive?
If we're going at this route, I give it by the end of the year.
Like, when does he come out as trans? You know what I mean? Like,
what? That's got nothing to do with...
Well, I'm just saying he's a fucking inflammatory character, and he would use that shit to get people riled up.
I can see him doing that. I can see him doing something outlandish. I wouldn't say that per se.
No, that's an extreme example, but I'm just saying, like, he seems like the kind of dude that would fucking do it.
He definitely. I honestly think that we've got maybe the rest of 2022 with Vince McMahon.
Really? You think it's this year and that's it?
I mean, I don't know if he's going to do anything else, because I think even he is at least smart enough to not be Trump, and like he's smart enough to just go, oh fuck, I better shut the fuck up. And at least not get caught for anything else.
This is the same man that went on Monday Night Raw the almost week after all this shit dropped to say then, now, forever together.
Like he didn't even, but that's the thing. That's what I'm saying is he didn't even address the problem. He's smart enough to know that, hey, you know what? If I don't have anything to say or do to fix this, I'm shutting the fuck up.
Yeah.
Whereas, but like, so to me, that I feel is kind of irrelevant. He doesn't, with everything going on, he doesn't need to do anything else. I feel like the likeliest scenario is that he's out no matter what.
Yeah, I think so too.
I would say, like, boot him back to being a commentator, but he was not even good at that back in the day.
Send him back to NXT.
Yeah.
But
I don't know, man. There's a lot of buzz around the WWE with this shit. Not necessarily good, but
Yeah.
you know,
yeah, no.
Yeah.
you know, with I wouldn't really call it a dying medium, but like a hurting medium, I would say.
Well,
In terms of like entertainment of the world, you know, there's a 1,000 different versions of entertainment now.
Yeah.
You know, and like the big ones like Twitch and shit are like stealing a lot of that prime time, like a lot of that audience of wrestling.
Yeah, like I feel though that the investors, with how bad this is optics wise, if they do whatever they do and somehow decide to keep Vince there, I 100% see the investors suing WWE.
Oh yeah. Oh
Like,
yeah.
there's no way that they're going to allow him to stay, knowing what he is costing them financially because of all of the bad press.
Interesting. I'd like to see what happens.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. And this is why we've decided to give Vince McMahon the
Nerdcorp L of the Week.
shame on you.
That would have been really funny if all you said was then, now, forever, together.
Together. In movie news, Johnny Depp returns as Captain Jack Sparrow, but not until Disney had to shell out $301 million for him to come back.
Was that confirmed though? Because I saw that was a debunked rumor.
Oh, is it?
That's what I've seen. That was just completely like because I saw that story like a few weeks ago, and that was false. So I don't know if there's anything that's happened since.
Well, let's take.
Jimmy, would you look that up for us, please? So this article from FanFest says was working on a $301 million deal to return to the Pirates of the Caribbean movie franchise. Disney is very interested in patching up their relationship with Johnny Depp. They are hopeful that Johnny will forgive them and return as his iconic character. Oh, it is.
So
it is made up.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say here's an article from Vanity Fair that says it's not true.
Well, then never mind.
Do we really need another Pirates movie though?
No, we
Honestly.
don't.
I mean, I would go as far to say is that that is even less needed than another Fast and the Furious sequel.
Hey.
That's what I would say. Like,
I disagree. I'd be fine with that. Fast and Furious
The Fast
is
and the-
so
the
overdone.
Fast and the Furious sequels have more merit than anything
I feel
besides
like
the first Pirates of the Caribbean,
I
which
feel
is
like
a genuinely
I feel
good
like the
movie.
Fast and Furious series is as fresh as the turkey that Tim Allen killed in the Santa Claus. That he had to. It was on flame. It was in flames and had to be put out
It was on flames.
in flames, and it had to be put out over and over and over again because it was that fucking burned.
But they make all of the money. So
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, money talks, man, and that's why we keep getting more of those movies.
Yep.
And if I totally fucking believed you, like when you said the thing about Johnny Depp, I totally fucking believed you.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because I totally see them being like, sorry, we fucked up.
Yeah.
Let's make another shitty fucking pirate movie.
I do want them to ask him just so he can say no.
yeah, because that's what he'll do.
Fuck you.
He'll just
Dude, I wonder, 301 big buckaroonies? That's a dude.
yeah, that's dude.
I mean,
That's even more fuck you
yeah,
money.
Yeah, but Johnny Depp has enough to, just be like flippantly passing on shit,
Yeah.
you know?
So I don't recall any like bad blood between Disney and Johnny Depp, but I do recall Warner Brothers and Johnny Depp having some beef.
Well, I mean, Disney let him go.
They fired him from Pirates because of all this Amber Heard stuff.
Well, and then he got fired from the
Fantastic Beasts.
yeah.
With WB.
But that's Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So yeah, they did the same thing to him that Warner Brothers did.
yeah, I just don't recall like any like news of it ever being like
a thing.
yeah, like oh yeah, another Pirates movie is going to happen and Johnny Depp won't be in it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't anything even before this.
Like Johnny Depp said, like as far as I recall, he came out and said if they asked him to do another one, he would be like, no.
So
fuck you.
Can you do Pirates without Johnny Depp?
They did. Oh,
With-
No, not Pirates. Yeah.
They did it with Orlando Bloom.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
they
Keira
could, but like,
Do you bring back Orlando Bloom to do a pirate sequel?
No,
How do you bring back pirates?
They're not
For
going to-
what?
They're not going to do anything.
I
There's no reason to.
Well, they made enough money to justify sequels. That's what I'm saying. Is like,
But the
if
most
they
recent one didn't do well.
this is like a brainstorming thing.
I'm sure they are sufficiently aware and appropriately scared of the fact that if Johnny Depp's not in it, people just won't go.
Yeah.
They could do like a young Jack Sparrow story.
Yeah. What about an
like
animated
a prequel,
film?
like a prequel.
Prequel would be a viable route.
About his adventures with sea turtles.
You could just bring
Finding
Pirates
his
of the
first jar of
Caribbean
sand.
like back as an animated thing.
Yep. You
Put
could-
it on Disney Plus. Mm-hmm. Like not necessarily focusing around him, but like
Right.
just that world.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably be pretty fucking boring. But
There's definitely tons of IP that you can use for Pirates. Because, I mean, Pirates of the Caribbean was the thing before Johnny Depp. So, I mean, like, it'll be a thing after,
exactly.
you know, if they decide.
Mine is just a list that I came across. It's a list of everything that Ubisoft or whatever the fuck you want to say it is doing.
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
Boopy.
Shapoopy. Shapoopy.
I bought a game from them recently, and it's not that great. It's Riders Republic.
Really? That's not good?
I don't know, like it has.
Wait, hold up. Is that the one like where you're playing like on a bike and you can like free bike down mountains?
It's like
and shit?
it's like Forza, except for with bikes, skis. The skiing and snowboarding is really fun,
but the biking isn't.
but it's just like the mechanics are like very rigid. I don't know,
Interesting.
but like
That sucks. I kind of want to.
I'm playing it, and I'm trying to like give it a chance here, but so I came across this, and I was like, okay, let's see what they're doing here. So yeah, that game's interesting. They published Immortals: Phoenix Rising, which is a really actually cool fucking game. And then here's what they've got cooking. There is a new Mario Rabbids game coming out called Sparks of Hope. I talked about it a little last week.
Yeah, last week.
Yeah, because they are bringing in some big guns for some of the music scores.
Shimomura.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm stoked. I wonder what the fuck they're like. How they gonna fit her style of music in there?
I
That's
don't
very
know,
Strange.
but I really like I have the first Rabbids game, and it's really fun.
I've heard it's a sleeper for sure. I've never tried it out, but I've heard that it is.
Yeah, if you're a fan of like how the Fire Emblem games play, then this is a little bit more like campy, but it's still a fun game. That is slated to come out on October 20th. I think the bigger one that they have in the works is this game called Skull and Bones.
Yeah, so this is the fucking Assassin's Creed boat knockoff game, right?
Yeah,
Well,
Black
the
Flag.
pirate,
It was supposed.
yeah.
It was actually
Oh, yeah.
supposed to be an expansion for Black Flag.
So this game's been like in development hell for like the last 5-6 years.
Release date November 8th, though.
Yeah, it had like a resurfacing.
Yeah.
No pun intended, but it definitely seems like they polished it. I don't know. Does this interest you? Does it look good to you?
I mean, when I first played Black Flag and you get all that ship combat, that was really fun to me. So I'm
cool. Yeah.
And I've played Sea of Thieves here and there. Like, I don't think their new update that they had a trailer for has come out yet. But
so that's also my second question is like, how does this game exist in a world where we already have a very popular pirate game in Sea of Thieves?
Well, I mean, Sea of Thieves is like the Fortnite of pirate games. You know what I mean?
Where this is like the war zone.
This will be like the war zone. So I
Are
think
they selling? They're selling it, right? Like they're
Yeah.
not. It's not free to play.
No, I don't think so.
Interesting.
They do say that they will receive multiple years of free post-launch content, though. So,
What developer is it?
Ubisoft Singapore.
Singapore. What are they? What games did they make?
I have no idea. I think
Jimmy, could you look that up?
I mean, they are known for piracy, aren't they?
Hey.
They're the experts.
let's see. The game's creative directors, her name's Elizabeth Pellin, and she wrote and directed I don't know if you ever played 13 on PS2.
Yes.
Yeah,
Got a horrible remake recently.
No, she wrote and directed the 2003 original one. So.
Oh yeah, but it got like a remake.
Oh, it got a
recently.
shit remake.
Yeah.
So that's November 8th. There apparently is a Avatar game coming out, Frontiers of Pandora.
What do you got?
So Ubisoft Singapore did Assassin's Creed Odyssey,
Okay.
Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Phantoms,
Phantoms. What the fuck is that?
TMNT Turtles in Time Reshelled.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't know what Phantoms is. It's a third person, released in 2014. It's a free to game. It was a free PC game.
Interesting. I struggle with Odyssey because that's the one that fucked everyone over and made it so insanely hard to like level your character up.
Yeah.
To the point where it kind of funneled the player towards the store where you could pay actual money towards this fucking bullshit currency to make it so you could level up faster.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, what the fuck? And like somebody actually did the math and it was like to play the game legit and get through the story like through its natural progression through the game systems, it's like 100-something hours. And then somebody bought the pack, the XP pack, and it was like substantially less, like 50, 60 hours.
Oh wow!
So it's a good game. Just I wonder if, and in the idea that this is going to be a live service game because it sounds like it is, that worries me a little bit. Like, and Ubisoft is no stranger to shoehorning fucking bullshit microtransactions into their game any fucking chance they get.
Yeah, and it seems like those are the four. Like that's it. Skull and Bones.
Have you ever played goddamn Rainbow Six Siege?
So I have it, but I've never played it.
That's a great game. But it's just like there's so much stuff you can buy in that game.
Skins for your knife, skins for your guns,
Skins for your character.
skins for your skin.
Skins for your skins. You can buy XP boosters, but I don't think any of it is pay to win. But
so XP boosters are not like a bad thing.
No.
Like that's kind of like the nature of the beast. Like that's shit that we've had for forever,
Yeah.
right? In our multiplayer games. I don't see a problem with it being in multiplayer games because that's kind of, like I said, nature of the beast. Where I have a problem with it is when it comes into your single player games where all of that content is kind of tied to the value of what you paid for it. And if you have to shoehorn bullshit programs like that into your game, it's extremely
it just doesn't make sense because in games like Call of Duty where, you get the double XP tokens, when you level up, you unlock certain things. But in Siege, like when you level up, like the only stuff I'm pretty sure you unlock is like from the battle pass. So when you level up regularly, I don't think you may get, I don't know. It's been a while since I've played it, but so there's this first person open world game set in the universe of James Cameron's Avatar series. I don't give any shits. Release window 2022 is all it says.
So the end of the year, I guess.
Probably. Oddballers, it's a multiplayer party game that, according to Ubisoft, plays like dodgeball turned up to 11. I am generally sparking some interest in that because there could be some good times to be had with like a dodgeball game.
That could be fun, yeah.
One that surprised me, Rocksmith Plus. There's a new Rocksmith game coming out. Being developed at Ubisoft San Francisco. I think the last remake that Rocksmith got was like in 2014. Subscription service.
Okay.
$15 a month. 3 and 12-month subscriptions will also be available for $40 and $100 respectively.
It's a bold strategy. Let's see how it plays out for him, Cotton.
There's a new Division game being developed, or let's see, one of 3 free-to-play shooters in development at Ubisoft. It's called Tom Clancy's The Division Heartland. Ubisoft's Red Storm Entertainment is who's working on it. Standalone game that doesn't require previous experience with the series, but will provide an all-new perspective on the universe in a new setting. 2022/23. Assassin's Creed Infinity.
God, Ubisoft.
It likens the game structure to that of Fortnite and Grand Theft Auto Online, so it sounds like it's not going to be good. I mean, I love Grand Theft Auto Online, and I came around to Fortnite with the zero building, but like, it could have potential, you know, like a kind of like an Assassin's. I mean, they had Assassin's Creed multiplayer, and it just didn't work.
Did they show anything on this Assassin's Creed game? Like trailer, concept art, anything?
This is just, there's images, but it's the 10 best Assassin's Creed games, so there's nothing really from this game.
Okay.
But the director, creative direction will be headed by Jonathan Dumont, who worked on Odyssey, and Clint Hawking, who worked on Watch Dogs Legion. So, like,
interesting.
I don't know.
Ubisoft. That's it's a little disappointing. There's not really a whole lot there.
Speaking of more Assassin's Creed VR.
Okay, for what? Like PSVR 2?
Oculus VR.
Interesting. So what, did they show anything for that?
There's nothing, like, for any of these. It's just a description and then, like...
So is this from them or just an article about
This is from IGN.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
They're just... Here's everything we know about
Right.
what Ubisoft
So it was like a Ubisoft Forward event, right? That's what they call it instead of like State of Play or Direct or whatever. So this would have been their E3 basically.
Yeah.
It's horrifying.
And it's exclusively for Oculus VR from the ground up, specifically for the Oculus platform. Don't really care.
Assassinations in first person.
This next one, though, is one that I had heard they'd been working on. Beyond Good and Evil 2. The first one came out in 2008.
So is this still a thing?
The first one just wasn't Beyond Good and Evil enough.
Yeah.
You like the first one?
I love the first one.
Yeah.
Like, it's a really fun platform. It's not like a 2D, like a 3D platformer. Mm-hmm. It kind of plays like Banjo and Kazooie plays, you know, like you got the camera and then you're just kind of running around.
Platformer? Kind of?
Yeah.
Like Banjo-Kazooie?
Kind of, yeah. Like, it's just release date TBA, platform TBA, but it's being developed by Ubisoft Montpellier.
I could have swore that game was vaporware, because the last time we heard about that game was like almost 6 years ago.
Yeah, it was initially led by the original creator before he retired to open a wildlife sanctuary.
Like you do.
That's cool.
So that's the game with, like,
The pig man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the one, it's
The
been
monkey
so
with
long
a fake arm and stuff
since
like
I've
that.
played it, but yeah. Is a Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake.
So
They got delayed, yeah.
me and my brothers played that. I think it was that game on the Wii. And like,
Yeah, I played a little tiny bit of that game, and I really liked it.
The newer ones are like I don't want to say newer because they're not new anymore.
Right.
Those ones were actually good. I don't know how long this list is, so I'm just gonna name everything.
Remember that original Prince of Persia?
Oh,
Sands of Time.
No,
like-
original, like the 2D platform.
Yeah,
Yeah. That game was hard as hell.
it was.
Project Q, a team battle arena in early development. Everything that I see here is TBA. The Settlers. It's an RTS game. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Frontline. Ubisoft Bucharest is doing that one. Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell remake.
Yes.
Gives me hope.
I want that so bad.
I know. Let's see what it got here. They finally announced it last year that they greenlit a new Splinter Cell, a remake of the 2002 original game in development.
Fucking loved that game.
I still have them on my PC.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. But that's TBA, everything TBA. Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell VR, because why not?
Of course.
Ubisoft Star Wars. Narrative-driven open-world Star Wars game.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Team or anything like that?
The name of the game is Ubisoft's Star Wars. Like, suddenly they own it.
Why say anything at all? There's nothing you have to show.
Like, is this supposed to be like a World of Warcraft but Star Wars?
I don't know.
No, I think it's supposed to. Isn't it?
Or is it
supposed
just
to be
is it just like an open world action adventure?
no idea.
It says narrative-driven open world Star Wars game.
Oh, okay.
They're the same people that are doing the Avatar game are working on this one.
For some reason, like when you initially were talking about it, like my brain went immediately to MMORPG.
So there are like maybe 2 things out of that list that I have interest in. The biggest one being the Splinter Cell remake.
Yeah,
But
one of the 2 things you're excited about is a thing that already exists.
yeah. But that kind of confirms that they're actually doing it. There's just no information about it. But
Well, I mean, to be a Splinter Cell fan is about the same as being a Berserk fan. You never really know when anything is going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
And when it does happen, it's like, oh, cool. This is awesome.
Yeah.
But with Splinter Cell, it's been years. It's been almost a decade.
Yeah.
yeah.
And there's been like bullshit after bullshit after bullshit with Ubisoft where they're putting the fucking Sam Fisher in like everything except for a fucking Splinter Cell game.
He's even in, it's not Sam Fisher in Rainbow Six Siege, but it's a character that looks like him and has like the night vision goggles and everything.
So it's just
like
not
from that,
Sam Fisher in name.
yeah.
What the fuck is it? It was like a new hero shooter or some shit that they were doing. What the fuck were they calling it? It was a Ubisoft game and it had that character where it was like it wasn't Sam Fisher, but it had Sam Fisher's like gear on a person that very obviously wasn't him. And I'm just like,
I don't know.
It's you see why I'm frustrated with Ubisoft.
Well,
it's like,
of course.
What the fuck are we doing? What are we thinking? Like, what's the plan here? Because like this, I don't know. Anybody with a brain should not be looking at this list and being like, "Oh, this is a fucking great list." Like, this is a great. I'm very excited for the future of Ubisoft. Like, yes, of course. Like, I hope they don't fuck up Splinter Cell because like. They kind of have a habit of doing that, like taking things that were really good and then just like
I will be so
monetizing
upset.
it and shit.
I will be so upset and depressed.
I don't know. I hope it's great. I
Me
really
too.
hope it's great. It's just when I think of Ubisoft, I know I'm kind of on a soapbox here. I just think when I think of fucking Ubisoft, I think of mediocrity.
Right. Well, and you didn't even need to say anything for me to already be worried about that. Like this, like the second Nick said that, like, I was excited, immediately followed by, oh, God. So, what are they going to fucking do?
And, of course, they have their diamonds in the rough, right?
Right.
Like, I think genuinely that all of the Far Cry games are good and worth your money and worth your time. Mm-hmm. Like, the level of, like, respect that goes into their locales, like their locations and settings and all that junk, like, they really do their homework. And I'm kind of infatuated with Far Cry 5 because it did such a fucking good job of capturing us, in our culture, and in all of its horrible, outdated opinions and all. But I think that there's a lot of value to some of the things that Ubisoft has. They just don't capitalize on it at all. And of course, we did just get Far Cry 6, and I'm not expecting. Far Cry 6 was your game of the year last year, Eddie. Like, there's some genuinely good shit coming out of there.
Absolutely.
And of course, we did just get that, so like I can't expect, you know, to like, and I wasn't expecting like a Far Cry announcement or anything, but it was just like the stuff that you do have is really good, right? Like the Tom Clancy license is really good. Assassin's Creed can be good when they give a shit,
Right.
you know, like they also had like a similar passion for like setting and stuff back when you had back when it was taking place in like where the fuck did Brotherhood take place? Was that Italy or some shit? Like I can't remember where it was.
And even just using actual historical people who existed.
Well,
like
and
the
architecture,
names,
like actual pictures, like architect of that, like the architecture of that age, and like
there was
bringing
a
it to
lot
life
that went into that.
That's really fucking cool.
Oh yeah,
you know, it's not necessarily something that like I find a lot of enjoyment out of, but I see the value for what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. TLDR, Ubisoft, you got to try a little harder. But, but at the same time, that's a subjective. People could be happy with these fucking this information, but I don't know. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, even at consistency, like I feel like a lot of companies lately put out a banger or at least a decent game, and then just sort of go, "Whew, all right, now we can just kind of do
Be
whatever."
shitty again for the next 2 years.
Now we can just really phone it in a couple times, and then once people get mad enough, then we'll put out another. We'll do, you know, put some actual good work into something again.
And to move on, I do kind of wonder, like, when are we going to get into that where the excuse, you know, that sounds harsh, but like the excuse of the pandemic and how it's affected video games, like how long do we have until we stop asking that question of like, it was the pandemic that fucked this game up. And it's like, okay, well, I mean, now we're a little bit more than 2.5 years away from the pandemic now.
Well, not really though. Like, I mean, things that I feel like it'll probably be a couple of years because things that are coming out in a couple of years would have still been in development during the pandemic or would have started development around that time. So I think it'll be like a good 2 years.
Yeah. Segueing off of that, we finally got speaking of a game that did definitely get affected by COVID, of God of War, Ragnarok finally has a release date.
Yeah.
What is it, November 9th?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2 days before the day that everyone wanted them to announce it for, because that's the day that Starfield was supposed to come out this year.
Yeah.
It was 11/11/22. So I'm kind of over hearing about God of War, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to be fine. I actually think it's going to score less than the first game did. I just think that what we've seen isn't necessarily an indication of that, but like the fact that we're still on last gen hardware is kind of a bummer, but I understand, you know, like 120 or however many PS4s we have out in the wild. Like, of course they were going to make it for that, but I wonder how much of a wave this game is going to make when it comes out, because it has been riding social media's like the wave of social media for such a long fucking time, because they've been, you know, Cory Balrog, or is it Barlog? I can't ever remember.
I kind of doubt it's Balrog.
I think it's Barlog.
Barlog. I think it's Barlog, because I would always say, "Oh, it's like the Balrog."
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Jimmy, could you look that up for us real quick?
It's Smith. I'm just kidding.
It's Barlog.
Yeah, it's Barlog.
I knew it.
Cory Barlog is very active on Twitter and always talks about the game and everything like that. So everyone's like been harassing him on like, when's the release date and all this shit. It's been quite the little saga on Twitter.
Right.
And they were supposed to announce like a state of play that was going to happen on June 30th. Like, what's his ass? Crybaby from Bloomberg, Jason Schreier, he reported that they were going to that it leaked, that there was going to be a June 30th God of War Ragnarok state of play, big blowout. They were going to show like the fucking collector's edition videos, which they did show, and all that shit. Like, they had all of that ready, and then something happened and they pulled the plug, and then everyone had a fucking meltdown because it was like, where's God of War? Jason Schreier said that God of War was going to show up on June 30th, and I believed him. You know, and it was a couple days later that we got the actual announcement, but they didn't do anything. They just fucking shadow dropped the information on Twitter. There was no fanfare at all. But they just did like a CGI trailer with the release date, which I thought was like optically that's weird because this game is no stranger to development issues because of the pandemic and all of that shit.
Right.
So I'm curious.
Interesting. So, back in a bit of wrestling news, there is a lot of concern surrounding Bryan Danielson because
his concussion.
Well, yeah, and from what I was seeing, initially AEW was saying it was like an issue with his leg or something. But then it was found out like, no, he's got another concussion.
Yeah, and apparently they're concerned because he's been out for like 5 weeks.
Yeah,
or
over a concussion. And so,
goddamn.
Yeah, so they're like, he needs to be done.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, and
sounds like the WWE was right to not put him back into action.
Well, yeah, but I mean, and I don't blame AEW. Like, this isn't their fault. This is someone who, understandably, doesn't want to stop doing what they love. So they're going to go wherever they can that is going to let them do that.
Right.
You know? And, you know, so that's... I feel like that's on him. Like, but I'm not trying to say like, hey, you piece of shit, you shouldn't be doing that. You're going to kill yourself.
Yeah.
But like, I get it. But man, I really wish he had listened, you know?
Yep.
Cause it really sucks. Cause you know, who knows how he already was, you know, is going to affect him later in life.
Right.
Let alone that he's still trying to do it and still fucking things up for his health and his mental health even more.
Yeah.
And so it's really, really concerning. Like, man, it just really sucks, especially just because you can see how much he loves doing what he does. And that is totally heartbreaking.
Bummer.
Yeah.
But so, yeah, we're, you know, all the best to Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, whatever you want to call him.
Earth's champion.
Yeah, exactly. But man, we like all the best to you, and man, we really hope that things are okay.
Yep.
On a positive note, we were graced from Kevin Smith with a trailer and a release date for Clerks III.
Yes.
Finally. I'm just kind of... It's this fall is when it comes out. I don't know the exact date. I was watching the trailer silently here, but now it's telling me to keep watching. If I click it, it's going to start playing. But basically, from what it looks like is... I mean, everyone's in the movie.
Everyone.
Dante, Randall.
I'm in it.
Derek's in it. And it looks like they're trying to make a movie about them.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so they're making in the movie. They're making a movie about the first movie.
Yeah.
That's fucking beautiful.
Like they have an audition for people, and Ben Affleck's in there, and he's like, I'm not even supposed to be here today.
Oh my god!
Like it's just gonna be
everyone is here.
Gimme.
Yeah.
Everything
Gimme.
from the past two movies are coming into this movie.
That's
and
fucking dope.
I could not be more excited for a movie to come out.
Well, and they're going to be at Comic-Con this fall.
Yep.
That's great.
It's going to be great. I am excited for that. And then, not to put a damper on the party, but I wanted to give a shout out to, well, not really a shout out, but I wanted to say rest in peace to Tony Cirico from The Sopranos.
Yeah, this was my news that I wanted to talk about. Legendary actor.
Yeah, Nick, you already had your news. Stop it. I'm kidding. I love
Eddie
you.
did too.
I love you. I love you. I'm kidding. It's okay, baby. You know you're my world.
It's all right, man. Yeah, it's a fucking bummer. He's old, though. You know.
What, 79? Yeah.
Jesus.
Paulie Walnuts from The Sopranos. One of the funniest fucking characters in television history.
Yep.
I love that man. He's so funny. And Tony Cirico, how did you pronounce it?
I just pronounce it Cirico. I don't know.
Cirico. He's Italian. I'm sure there's a.
It could be Cirico or Cirico or.
I think "co" is right. Like it's like a OU sound. Yeah, I think
yeah, but
that's
like,
right.
I don't know. Who knows? What the fuck ever.
Man, go watch Sopranos, please.
I'm still like I'm actively still watching it. I don't want to really. Fuck it. It's an old show.
And we're pro spoilers.
The when his mom dies, like that's
yeah.
the last big event that I remember happening.
Yeah.
When she actually passed away in real life too. So when they had her
Jeez.
on the
Did you know that she was CGI'd in?
Oh, no.
That's what I was just gonna say. Yeah, they CGI'd her into the.
Oh, you're
last
talking
episode.
about Tony's mother.
Yeah.
Because doesn't Paulie's mom die in the series too?
Maybe.
I think that's it later, but yeah, that's a weird episode because it's self-explanatory. But yes, please continue watching not South Park.
That's
Sopranos.
what you're watching, right?
I am watching South Park.
It was funny the other day. Me and this coworker were talking about Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness, the most the most recent movie, and these people from like a row over from where we sit and we're talking. We're like, hey, shush, spoilers! I was like, bitch, how long has this movie been out?
Yeah,
that's your fault.
Yeah,
like,
shut up.
Yeah, calm down. Plug your ears.
I am amazed that the only thing from the new season of Stranger Things, but it's really just the last 2 episodes. The only thing that's been spoiled for me is that Eddie plays Master of Puppets on his guitar, and I was like, I could already do that.
I do wish that wasn't spoiled though, because it's a pretty epic moment.
I know,
it's a cool moment. Like I'm on into Stranger Things.
I'm on the last one, the like 2.5 hour episode.
Oh yeah.
But the end of that first one, when it starts playing that really cool version of what's that Journey song?
Love Will Find You? Or is that what it's called?
Separate Ways is what it's called. But it's like a spooky, like haunting version of the song, and then the episode just ends, and I'm like, it's 6:30 in the morning. I can't watch this other one. I gotta go to bed.
I guess the only thing that I wanted to say was a shout out to the latest season of The Boys.
Oh my god!
Probably the best season of The Boys. I don't know. It's really fucking good, and it's got a breakneck pace, like the whole fucking series, the whole season.
I saw that meme of where it's like the drawing of the horse gets worse as the seasons go on. This one just had a perfect drawing of a horse.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Did you see that Eric Kripke, the creator? Is that Eric Kripke? Yeah.
Sounds like it.
He sort of came out, and I didn't read the article, but in his feelings or how he feels about the direction of the show, he said that Homelander needs to die before the end of the show. Like before the end of the show.
Watch this season,
which I'm super excited for.
Yeah, watch this.
Yeah.
He's actually he's a part of like the last maybe 2 or 3 episodes.
What did you think of that final scene? Don't spoil anything. I felt like it was kind of like I had a moment where I was like, it felt like it was too meta. Where I was like, I don't know about that.
I think that Jensen Ackles is one of the most underrated
he's so
actors of our life.
good. He's amazing.
He's so cool.
Murders it in this.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's so good as Soldier Boy.
Even just that one single scene I guess it's the whole episode really, but of Supernatural where he's, does he has that disease, that supernatural disease where he gets more and more and more frightened as the episode goes
that
on.
Was scary.
Like, God, he's so fucking good. He's so good because like that just looks so fucking genuine and like just really. He's just like his relief after he realizes that there's no danger. It's like, oh, scary. Like he's just, it's fucking great. Like he is so good.
I wish that he did more. Like I wish that he was in more projects, but it's very fitting that he was in both The Boys and Supernatural.
It took me because I forgot completely that he was going to be in this new season. So I'm watching, and then it took me like an episode of seeing him where I was just like, oh,
yeah.
What did you think of Dakota Bob?
Dakota Bob,
Bobby Singer, The Return.
Oh yeah.
I heard about that.
So, yes, Jensen Ackles is a very obvious highlight of the season, but my favorite performance, my favorite character the whole season is Anthony Starr's Homelander.
Yep.
He's amazing.
He's so fucking good, dude. Like,
I hate
his
him
mannerisms,
so
his facial things that he does to get into the role,
Dude,
and
he
like
has
the way that he like.
So many good facial expressions.
Fucking awesome.
The only thing that it's not a bad thing, but whenever I see him, it just looks like he's constantly like got dip in his mouth.
That's what I said.
Okay, so it's not just me.
That so many times, I was like, "Does it not look like he's got dip in his mouth?"
So it's not just me. That's good.
So when there's a lot of scenes where he gets like super emotional and starts like pucker up like he's gonna cry, and it does kind of look like he's got like a big dip in the front, like the front of his front teeth,
or like he got punched in the face.
I see it in his bottom a lot.
Yeah,
in his bottom. Yeah, it's he's riveting in this season. He's so fucking good. I mean, and you throw that in with Soldier Boy as well. And again, no spoilers, but like it's fucking awesome. And it has my vote for best season because it's. And not only that, man, does this season fucking twist the knife a lot.
It sounds like the whole season just goes hard.
Dude, it's like the first episode has that fucking awesome part that I'm not going to say anything about because it's so fucking great.
I mean, I'm sure we all already know about it.
And it needs to happen. Like, you need to experience it.
The only thing that I will say, and I don't consider this a spoiler because but when Soldier Boy and Homelander are fighting, that was like, I need to see more of that. Like, that was such a cool scene.
The creator of Yu-Gi-Oh passed away this week.
Oh, right.
Yeah, this is really fucking sad.
Very sad.
He died in a scuba diving accident.
So, I think we're waiting for more things to get translated from like official news reports and shit, but like it sounds like his body was found off the coast of a major body of water, and he had a bunch of like scuba type gear on his body.
Right.
That really fucking sucks because he's kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh! You can talk shit about Yu-Gi-Oh! All you want, but when Yu-Gi-Oh! Came out, it was a big fucking deal. Yeah. There were video games. Everybody wanted the fucking cards. There was the anime on 4Kids. There was tons. Yu-Gi-Oh! Was fucking huge. It obviously didn't have like the staying power that Pokemon has, but like,
it's damn close.
It was fucking huge,
like,
man.
Yeah.
When I think of the big three, I think of Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Digimon.
Yep.
I mean, like, GoBots didn't have the staying power that Transformers did, but it left a fucking mark. You know, like.
Well, it's from that same era.
Yeah.
Like, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh kind of went head to head.
Right.
The cool thing about like Yu-Gi-Oh is, whereas with Pokemon, they were actual creatures that were turned into cards. With Yu-Gi-Oh, it's like it's always been cards.
Yeah, it's based off of the cards.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Like, you should see you should look up the differences of the 4Kids dub of Yu-Gi-Oh
To the manga.
because it's way fucking darker. Like,
shit.
they call
Like
it
the shadow realm is literally purgatory.
Yeah, it's hell. Like, it's
But,
fucked
like
up.
when you get banished to the shadow realm, you're dead.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
I'm sending you to hell, essentially.
Wow.
Like, it's fucking crazy. And man, I would say that, like, besides the obvious crazy resurgence of popularity of Pokemon cards now, I would say that, and you know, this is my totally ignorant take, but it seemed like Yu-Gi-Oh was a bigger card game than Pokemon for a very, very long time.
Yeah, I would
Pokemon
say
was
that.
like the anime and
Right.
the video games.
Pokemon was more of a trading card game than a card playing game, whereas Yu-Gi-Oh was a card playing game.
That's true. Yeah. No. I don't know. This fucking sucks because he was young and
Oh,
yeah.
like the community was very obviously devastated to hear this shit. So sucks. Rest in peace.
Definitely. Before we get into what you're playing, if you're listening on YouTube, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the little bell notification. We want to get into as many nerdy ears as possible, and that's the best way to do that. Also, we have merch. tpublic.com and search The Nerd Corporation. Get our logos and designs on anything in their inventory. Also, we have a Reddit. r/Nerdcorp podcast. Tell us you love us. Tell us you hate us. Tell us we suck.
Tell us about your day.
Mudbutt and vacations got me fucking up heavily on the Reddit. I plan on fixing that very quickly. So if anybody's been disappointed with the output, I'm sorry. I'm going to fix it.
If you love us and want to support what we do, consider supporting us on Patreon. Patreon.com/Nerdcorp podcast. Several tiers of loot to have access to, from stickers and shirts to extra content and bonus episodes. If you can't make a monthly contribution, consider supporting us on PayPal, paypal.me/Nerdcorp podcast. We want to have the best loot, give you the best giveaways, and give you the best nerdy experience, and that is the best way to do that. So, it's time for a segment of
What you playing? What you playing?
What You Playing. For those of you that don't know, this is a segment of the show where we go around the table and talk about the games we're playing and how we feel about them. So, Angela, what you playing?
I have been playing a lot of Fortnite, Fall Guys, a game called Tricky Towers. It's kind of like the opposite of Tetris. Instead of lowering your tower, you want to raise it and keep it, like, formidable, I guess.
I love having a formidable tower.
Yeah. Gotta keep that shit erect. And then today we booted up Fortnite for the first time in like almost a year, and I about damn near had an aneurysm.
Warzone.
You mean Warzone?
Oh, yeah. We booted up Warzone for the first time in about a year, and I about near had an aneurysm.
How come?
It's just so
She
different.
like forgot all the controls and everything.
And like, and all of the colors were like meshing together, and I was like, I can't see.
She's
shit.
like, how do I switch to my secondary?
Yeah, because in
Fortnite, it's
You
different.
just do the bumper, and then in Warzone you have to hit Y twice, and I'm just like, I don't know how to crouch. Like, it was awful.
Ange, how come you ain't hitting us up when you're playing Fall Guys?
She's been
Because
playing it on her Switch a lot.
it's dog shit on the Switch, though.
I see that
Like,
frame rate.
The frame
I
rate,
see it
the
over
frame
your
rate-
shoulder.
The frame rate is like -20.
It's really
shit.
bad. It's
Like,
really bad.
We've been saying for years that this game has been meant for the Switch. It's not meant for that. In fact, also
It's pretty bad, dude.
the camera controls on the Switch are the worst
man.
like the worst camera controls on any console that I've ever played with. Like worse than Super Mario 64.
I was gonna say that was literally what I was gonna ask.
I have shelved that game. Like, I've just turned off the screen in the middle of a match just because I'm so frustrated with the camera. Yeah. Real rage quit energy coming here for both Fall Guys and Warzone right now. But I am having a blast with Fortnite. I love the newest season. I think it's really fun. And yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Cole, what you playing?
I have been very anxious because I've been waiting for my email for my Steam Deck for a long time now. I put off like a lot of games because I'm like, I want to play it on the Steam Deck. I don't want to play it on my computer. Like,
can't you just seamlessly?
Yes, but I don't like Red Dead, for example, is a big one because I know that you can reliably play that game like really well on the Steam Deck. So I'm like, I don't want to get too far in Red Dead where it's like it kind of like, oh, you know, like what if I get to Guarma and then I start like experiencing Red Dead, like the worst part of Red Dead 2 on this brand new machine. You know what I mean? Like, I know I'm like in kind of like a Twilight phase. I'm being it's very strange. I get it. It probably doesn't make sense to people, but like, I'm just like, yes, Derek, what's up?
Oh no, I was waiting for you to be done.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh, well,
I wouldn't have called on you if I wasn't ready to hear what you had to say.
Oh, okay.
Hey, teacher, I have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I do. No. I was just going to ask, did any of you see the... Because I thought I saw something saying that they were remaking Red Dead Revolver.
I haven't seen anything like that. Really?
Maybe that was a dream.
That could be a dream.
Fever dream.
I know, right?
Hay fever dream.
So... it's been a while since I've been on the podcast. Some things have happened. They sent out an email or a tweet saying like, hey, we're going to double the production and everything. We should try to get 2 emails out in a week instead of just one. So it's every Monday and Thursday that they're sending out emails. It seems like it's considerably less on Thursdays. It seems like Mondays are the big days that they send out like big batches of emails. Unfortunately, it seems like I chose the hardest model to produce, the 512 one with the etched glass. Apparently, that one it taking a little bit longer than the others. So, in the subreddit for the Steam Deck, they have some fucking insane people over there that have created this way to track where you are at in the line for your Steam Deck.
Good old Reddit.
Yeah, and it's a 97% accurate rate. Like only 3% have been wrong so far. So it seems like whatever the fuck they're doing, they've got it. It doesn't make any sense to me, but they said I have a bunch of statistics. I think I'm gonna get my email on Monday. If I don't, it's gonna be the next Monday.
This man has gone fucking Goodwill Hunting on the Steam Deck.
I was thinking more Rain Man.
Or what's the one? A Beautiful Mind.
Right now I'm playing 2 things. Tetris. I'm evolving to godhood.
Tetris 99.
Oh god.
No, it's Tetris Effect.
Tetris Effect. That's right.
This is kind of my game that I just play whenever I have a spare time, a spare moment.
In between Fortnite and Warzone matches while we're waiting for you to ready up.
Yeah.
And it becomes so frustrating because not only is everything taking longer, but we've also got the like new learning mechanics to like go back.
It wasn't that bad.
It was
I'm
really
sorry.
bad.
I think you're overreacting.
Exactly what a misogynist would say.
I can say that I'm misogynistic.
Gaslight.
Gaslight. Gatekeep, girl boss. That you, Crystal Mommy.
Every day, more and more, I feel my skill ceiling raise, and it feels really cool.
My skill.
We need to get on that game together one day.
My skill stealing.
The game's so fucking cool. I bought it on Steam because it was on sale. So when the Steam Deck comes, like I'm gonna have it there too.
Hell yeah!
Jesus Christ!
Are you gonna tell him what you did?
What did I do?
So Cole bought me new Nintendo 2DS a couple years ago,
Oh yeah.
and I gave it back to him.
Nintendo, if you're listening, don't.
Earmuffs, Nintendo.
Earmuffs, Nintendo. I hacked Angela's 2DS XL.
Allegedly.
I'm not going to tell you where I got the ROMs, but I did get them. So it's kind of funny because they it was way harder to break the DS than it was the Vita. Like so many more hoops to jump through.
Wow.
They actually have to like to get Nintendo off the trail. They've changed names for specific things. ROMs are sometimes called ISOs. That's like the main thing for emulation.
Right.
These are called CIAs. And
Aptly named.
the program that you use to install these to your
Is it
DS.
called the FBI?
It's called FBI.
Oh my god.
Yes.
That was
Yes.
that was legitimately a joke I was making, but I'm so glad that it actually was.
It's also not as cool as the Vita because what the Vita does is that it spoofs the PlayStation Network, so you can go in and just haphazardly download anything and everything. You just click the button, it starts downloading. The only problem with that is that you have to be in the app and the thing has to be turned on for it to be downloading. If you put it into sleep mode, it will not download games.
Did you happen to watch that Linus Tech Tip video?
I did. I have no intentions of doing that with
Yeah.
mine, but yeah, like why have?
Strangely, that video is still up.
Yeah, no
Like-
shit. Well, and you can get away with a lot. But the other game I'm playing is Monster Hunter World. My new fascination with Monster Hunter is very strange, but like I'm fucking obsessed with it. Like it's if you like games that are kind of easy to pick up, this one's not.
Then don't play this one.
Yeah. Hey, don't do that.
That me.
It's not. So it's misleading. Like
Yeah.
I have to walk you through a lot of the first part because like if you choose a weapon that's like not all the weapons are the same, like
Right.
are built like they're all like completely different.
Yeah, they
with
all have their
different-
own
like some of them don't
characteristics.
even use the same buttons. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy how deep it goes and like the systems that go into it. It's just packed with quality content.
Yeah.
My God. And when you throw in the Iceborne DLC, which is more content than the original game added on top of it, and like with the Steam sale, it was $15 for the base game, $23 for the DLC. So much game for not that much money. It's fucking insane. And like the I can't understate this. The quality of content that's in this game is second to none.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that it took me this long to like see it because there is so much depth in the combat system, and that's like you would think that this game gets repetitive. You would think that it's like, oh, okay, because like that's basically all Monster Hunter is you track the monster. It's this huge fucking boss fight that most of the time lasts like 10 to 15 to sometimes even 20 to 30 minutes, depending on the fights.
Oh, yeah.
And like in World specifically, they've straight up like run away. If they feel like you're about to kill them, they just straight up run away.
They dip.
They dip. Yeah, and like every monster has like, dude, it's so cool. Like how every monster has like these crazy cool designs, and they have their own patterns, and like you can. It's easily one of the most cinematic games I've ever played just off of the gameplay. And you'll see what I mean when I like show you some of the cool shit that you can do in the game. Monster Hunter is like the Call of Duty for Japan. Like they go nuts over every new Monster Hunter game like we go over Call of Duty. Like it's a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
And like it's so cool to see like when you're tracking a monster and when you're fighting them, you can like sneak around. There's a tiny bit of stealth elements to it. Not crazy. It's not like Metal Gear or anything, but like, and it's crazy how like you can be fighting a monster and it's this big huge epic fucking thing, and then another monster will come in the fight and like completely take over and just beat the hell out of the monster that you're fighting, or the monster will beat the hell out of you, the other monster that came into the fight. Like it's so unpredictable, and like these there's the huge fucking detailed arenas where like you saw when I was fighting that Rathalos, I had no fucking idea the Rathalos, like I dodged out of the way of one of its attacks and it hit the fucking mountainous, this big wall behind me, and it broke, and it was this dam that like sent all of us like flying off this fucking huge ledge, like falling down this huge hole in this jungle. It's so cool. Like,
dope. I mean, I can't imagine playing WoW and being in the middle of a gnarly boss fight and having him just dip. Like, that would be so awful.
It's so fucking cool.
That's really dope. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to.
It's very. It's a very Jurassic World type of feel.
I might have to check it out.
Give it a shot, dude. It's fucking fun.
If you do get it, please let me know.
Wait, what do you have it on?
Steam.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Steam. It's on sale like every other week for like $15.
In my library because I was like, I don't know. It's PlayStation that I got it on.
Yeah, I got it on PlayStation. Like, I got it when it like first came out, and
it's a completely different fucking game now. Just so you know.
Weird Sense and I
remember that.
Ham. Yeah, we went ham on that game for like months.
I would just sit and watch him play.
That's one of the games that I got on my 3DS that I'm really excited to play, is because they were really popular. That's where they gained most of their steam, was on the 3DS being portable. And if you like it, we got to get Rise too, because Rise is so much fucking fun, and it's like it's the same game, but like the mechanics that they put in that are completely different, and like to some feel like it almost breaks the game, but I just think it is so much fun. It's like just a really fun game mechanic.
Hell yeah.
But I don't know. I can't really say that I have too much on my plate right now. Like, these are kind of just like real comfort games, like Tetris, obviously, and then Monster Hunter's just kind of like scratching an itch that I didn't know that I had. But until that Steam Deck comes, I'm not really playing anything too high profile.
Cool.
Eddie, what are you playing?
I'm playing a few things. So I'm playing Call of Duty Vanguard. Just, grinding through the multiplayer and all that. Fortnite every once in a while. I booted up Warzone with y'all, and that was actually pretty fun. You, Cole, me, and Daniel, we got a dub on our second game.
I fucking hate those guns. I'll tell you right now, the Warzone guns right now for Vanguard, or whatever, like the Vanguard guns that are in there, like the World War II guns, none of them feel good to me.
And they sound bad. They give me like a headache.
The STG that I was using,
the STG's good. Yeah,
that's the one that, like, I golded that gun on multiplayer.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a good one.
I mean, we got our loadout, and I got my Krig, the Krig 6, like just my old fucking gun from the last time I played, and it still kicks ass. Some of the SMGs were fine.
Yeah. Fallout 76.
Of course.
What else am I playing?
Well, we don't know. You're supposed to tell us.
I was playing Final Fantasy 15, but then
what the fuck? Why?
Just cuz.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, it was just one of the things I saw in my old library, and I was like, I should play this again, and then, like, did that for, like, 2 days, and then...
You heard those beautiful dulcet tones of Yoko Shimimura's piano.
Yeah.
Beckoning to you, saying, play this extremely underrated video game.
Yeah. I re-platinumed Miles Morales.
Yeah, you did. How was it?
It was so good.
Returning to it. After all this time, how was it?
I still felt new. It felt great. I had a great time playing.
So you platinumed it on the PS4 and you did it again on the PS5.
Yeah.
Oh, baby. That had to have been good.
It was so nice.
Yeah.
So nice. I like banged through the story the first time because you have to get that trophy for beating it on New Game Plus.
Yeah.
And so I finished it all on New Game Plus, and boy, howdy. So good. That game is amazing.
Let me ask you a question. This is a little think piece. Don't have to spend too much time on it. But I'm there's a new phenomenon with going from PS4 to PS5, where if you got a platinum trophy on a game that came out on PS4 and you load your save on the PS5 version, and then you automatically get all of your all of that version's trophies basically right away, right? Mm-hmm. Do you think that that's a legitimate way to get trophies?
I feel like if you don't want to go through the game again, cool, whatever.
You cannot pay me to get that platinum in Final Fantasy VII Remake ever again. That was fucking hell on earth. That was the worst fucking trophy. Dude, I still don't know how I did it. I really, really don't. That ending fight on, that hard mode trophy tested me to the ends of my fucking skill. It was ridiculous.
Well, see, and I think, yeah, for things like that, cool. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because when I went for the platinum for Mortal Kombat 11 again, it auto popped a few of them,
but not all of them.
That's what Resident Evil 3 did for me.
That's what Fall Guys did also for me.
So I mean, yeah.
Does it seem to be random?
Yeah, it seems random, but I mean, it gave me all of the ones that I was dreading doing over again.
Well, that's what I was wondering.
So it gave me the 125 towers. It gave me the 250 towers. It gave me what else did it give me? It gave me the story mode one. It gave me the ones that feel the most tedious.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it's random because that's the only game I've experienced that with, but.
So I had a moment where I was like, fuck, because I bought the new gen versions of the Resident Evil games that they announced. I bought Resident Evil 2 for my PS5. I spent $30. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. That sounds like a genuine good time to re-platinum RE2 for the PS5. Because, I fucking love that game.
Yeah.
And thinking about it now, I shouldn't have done what I did. Because it did auto-ping all of those trophies, immediately. So I was like, oh, okay. Because there's no reason to do anything with this again, so I just deleted it off my PlayStation.
Well, and I mean, yeah, it's cool to do it for the ones that you want to do it for. You know what I mean? But, I don't care either way. I don't think...
There's some games, I know in both Miles Morales and the other Spider-Man game, you have to physically, upload your data and then go in and re-download it. So if you just get the game and play it, it's not going to do anything.
Right.
You haven't uploaded your PS4 data to the PS5 version.
Right, gotcha.
I was just thinking about my DLC. I was because there were pieces of the DLC that I wanted to have installed on the PS5, and I thought that it was tied to my save data and all that shit, but I promise, I had good intentions. I was going to do it. I was going to do it all again. I fucked up and I accidentally did that shit.
So just do it without the trophies.
I'm going to, but I'm going to do it on my PC because it's fun to play that game on mouse and keyboard.
I'm also trying I'm finally sitting down and getting the platinum for the Fractured But Whole.
Oh, nice.
Wow, long time coming.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I'm slowly running through that. I'll pick it up whenever, I don't want to play any of the other games. One game that's got the most of my attention, though, is Empire of Sin.
Okay.
Oh,
That's a fun game.
That's the...
The RTS Mafia game.
Right.
Fun. Just really fun game. You get to be a mob boss and build your Chicago empire, from the ground up, and you just take over neighborhoods precinct by precinct, and you fight goons and mob bosses, and if a mob boss has trouble with you, they want to have a sit down and see if they can negotiate a treaty of peace for a moment, and you can either tell them, yeah, I'll take that, or no, fuck off, and it's been fun. I took over my first neighborhood not too long ago. And so I'm moving over to the next neighborhood to go take it over. It's a fun game.
Do you know who it's developed by?
Unity.
Unity is the engine.
Oh, right. Telltale.
Oh,
It's not Telltale.
no?
That's what it says. Telltale Publishing.
Right, that's a publisher, not
It says Paradox Interactive for publisher. Romero Games.
Yes, Romero Games.
Do you know who runs Romero Games?
No, who?
It is John Romero and Brenda Romero. John Romero is the guy that made Doom.
Oh, wow.
Oh, shit.
Wolfenstein. Sorry. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me correct that before y'all comment and get pissed that I spread misinformation.
I wasn't going.
I know you were. Wolfenstein 3D, Dangerous Dave, Hexen, Doom, Doom 2, and Quake.
Oh, fuck, dude. Hexen?
He's kind of the fucking dude for FPS
Like
games.
Quake, I was into Quake for a hot minute when it came out.
You should re-download it because they like
Quake Champions.
Quake
That's what it's
Champions
called.
is cool. Yeah,
That's the newest iteration of Quake.
Oh,
so there is also that. I was talking about they like redesigned Quake, so it still is Quake, but like it has like all the bells and whistles for like modern games.
interesting.
And I wonder if it would run really cool on your PC now that they like did all that shit. But yeah, I remember Empire of Sin. They promoting it and everything. And I'm like, oh, John Romero's involved. Like, it's got to have some amount of quality to it.
Oh, it's a great game. It's fun. You get to like rename all of your enforcers, like all the people that work with you or whatever. So it was like this one like chubby dude with like a top hat, so I named him Oswald Cobblepot. And,
Nice.
There's this one Scottish woman that is in my team, so I named her Moira McTaggart.
Nice.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
It's a fun game, and I've been really enjoying it.
Cool.
So yeah,
Switch?
No, PS5.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, it's included in the PS Plus library. Nick, what you playing?
I'm playing some stuff. There's this game that my buddy Neil, like when he discovers a game, he plays the fuck out of that game, and he's been telling me about this game on Steam called Across the Obelisk, or Obelisk, however you want to pronounce it. But it's a mix between like Darkest Dungeon gameplay and Slay the Spire. So you have a party that is, you're moving from point to point on the map, and then you have cards that your party has that you play, and then that dictates what they do, instead of, whereas in Darkest Dungeon, you just choose the attack that they do. And it's not an easy game. Like, the animation's gorgeous. Like, it looks like the animation like looks like a mobile game would, but it's like way more touched up. But like I think
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, this game looks fucking rad.
It's in early access right now.
Yeah.
And so it's being made, but I've beaten the very main boss of the first world like once.
What is this game called?
Across the Obelisk.
I think so. A guy I watch on YouTube covered it. Skill Up. He was covering that big indie scene thing that Steam was doing a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
And that's where I found this one game I'm going to show you when we're done recording. But that was one of the games that I remember seeing.
Yeah.
It looks fucking dope. It looks really cool.
It was on. I don't know if it's still on sale. If it is, it's like $16.
Okay.
But and then another game I'm playing is Darkest Dungeon, which holy fuck. Gus is like, what's
Sakura, go away.
And the other thing I'm playing, speaking of which, is Darkest Dungeon, which I don't know why, like you said, Cole, with Monster Hunter, I don't know why it took me this long to get into this game, but this game is fucking phenomenal.
It's dope. It's really good.
If you're not familiar, essentially you take a party that you have created, you can pick up more heroes from the stagecoach that come into your little town, and then you go into different areas and explore or fight a boss. But your heroes will get affected by stress, and the more stressed they become. Like, I had one guy who had full health, right before we got to the boss, his stress level got all the way up, and he just had a heart attack and died.
Oh, Jesus.
Permadeath in this game, by the way.
Yeah.
So he just died, and I'm like, well, got to back out of this quest now. Can't do it without a healer.
Yeah.
And then they get afflicted.
Your healer died of a heart attack.
Yeah.
How ironic.
They get afflicted by stuff like they become like masochistic, and it's like if you try and heal them, they're like, no, I wear my wounds with pride.
The game's fucking brutal.
Yeah.
It's ridiculously hard.
The only little nitpick I have is that the narrator becomes a little bit repetitive the more you play. Mm-hmm. Like if you're going through a dungeon and there's a crashed like boat, and you can either move it with your hands where you all lose like 2 HP, or you can move it with the shovel. But every time it's the boat, he always says the same thing, and he just goes, what does he say? He's like, another mariner, another misfortune.
Yeah.
And like by the fifth time, I'm like saying it along with him. I'm like, yeah, I know. But that game's fantastic. I'm slowly starting to. Some other things is I have been playing Clone Hero, which is like probably my favorite fucking game right now, and it's basically like open source Guitar Hero. Like you can make your own songs with certain programs. They call them charting a song, because you go in and you take the song and you put in the notes where they go. I don't know if it's automatic or if people are actually like spending hours like, okay, what note is this? This sounds like it's orange.
Probably.
But and they're making a new build to where you make an account, and then there's a top players tracker. So it's like, here's who's got the highest score on this song, and then because there's a guy that I watch. His name is Jason Paradise, and he's one of the best players I've ever seen. And he's playing, and it will show up in the top like the amount of times that each button has been pressed. So like you can watch this and be like, oh yeah, he's not fucking like cheating at all. Like, actually. And I stream that game a lot, and the only thing that Twitch does is like, yeah, we're not gonna publish your VOD, and we're just gonna mute it. Oh. Like I have no copyright strikes against me.
What the fuck?
And it's probably because whoever owns the song didn't like come at me, but I don't know.
Probably, most likely.
I just usually delete those after I finish the stream anyways. But the other thing that I've been getting very much into is I bought Tales of Arise on the Steam Summer Sale.
What do you think?
I fucking love it.
Yeah.
Like, it's so fun. I love the fighting mechanics. She owns kind of a bitch. But, I mean, I was very happy to learn that the voice of Zephyr is the guy that plays Endeavor on My Hero, which was really cool. He's like talking, and I'm just like, I know that fucking voice, like that booming, like
yeah. I have it right there. I haven't played much of it, but from what I saw, I did see a bunch of stuff that I really liked about it. The gameplay, the combat seems really fun.
Oh, it's
dynamic,
very fun.
And yeah,
like you use your. I play it with my extra PS5 controller, which works perfectly on Steam. Like I was surprised how well it works.
That's funny. Yeah. It seems like it's a newer thing because FF7 Remake Integrate does the same thing where it plays fine with Xbox, but like it knew immediately that it was a PS5 controller, and not a lot of Steam games even recognize PS5 controllers.
Yeah, you have to go in and change your speaker setting though, because it thinks you're plugging in a speaker. But
that is so fucking obnoxious. I wish I could figure out. I'm sure that there is a fix for that, but it is fucking so obnoxious. Every time you plug your DualSense into a PC, the PC immediately thinks that it needs to start spitting out audio through the little speaker on the DualSense. And the DualSense, it won't do that, just so you know.
No, it won't
fucking do that.
I tried turning it all the way up to see if I could just leave it like that, and it still won't.
I mean, can't, like, on my on my laptop, it just brings up that little thing where you can select where the audio is going.
Yeah, so
that's the
it's fine, and yeah, like
okay.
that's how it is. But like it's obnoxious as fuck that it does it like automatically. Like you plug it in, and the first thing it does is it switches your audio channel to this thing on the and you know like it would be cool if it like actually did it, but
that
it doesn't.
would be cool if it
so
worked.
it just mutes it.
Yeah,
obviously that wouldn't be like a worthwhile way of listening to your audio.
I had to that got me into the YouTube looking up phase because I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I had no idea. And then I was like, oh, it's just I just have to change it back. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, like your attacks are you have your special moves with like square, circle, triangle, and then you can, when your other character builds up, you can have them come in and do a special attack. But yeah, it's super fun. I'm maybe like 6.5 hours into it at this point.
Okay.
It's usually something I just kind of put on like a couple hours before I go to bed, but yeah, that's a fun game. Playing Valorant, got back into that game. Been playing with some actual other streamers lately too, which has been really fun.
Yeah.
And then for the most part, I think that's all I got.
Word. Derek, what are you playing?
Lately, a lot of what I've been doing is just watching different crazy documentaries. But, I mean, I've been playing WoW here and there.
Of course.
I mean, I've slowed down a little bit with the fact that we somewhat recently finished out Heroic in the current raid. But yeah, let's see. Nick and I recently played some Shredder's Revenge.
We played through the whole fucking game in like 2.5 hours.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna need some help because I do want to platinum that game. I got most of the trophies, but arcade mode is fucking insane. And there's a trophy on there that you have to beat the arcade mode all the way through with no lives lost on hard mode.
Oh fuck.
So that may be the one that stops me from playing. But I was like obsessively playing it on the PlayStation. So I was playing it on my Switch, but I bought it again on sale on not only on Steam but on PlayStation because I was like, oh, the trophies would be really fucking cool to get. And I was like, I went through the story mode like 17 times because I had to like upgrade all of my that's how you like level up all the characters and everything.
Right.
And God, it was a grind, but it was fun because it's a really fucking fun game.
It really is.
It's super fun playing Casey Jones. I really enjoyed playing Casey Jones.
He's super powerful, but he's very slow.
Who's your favorite character?
I mean, I always have to go with my boy Raph.
Yeah.
Is your favorite turtle is Raph?
Yeah, I wasn't going to say anything when we started the game because you already picked him.
I know. I immediately took Raph.
So Raph,
you fucking insta-locked him, didn't you?
I did.
So Raph takes a second in the story mode to get like super good, in my opinion. But like once you get some of those like obviously some of the supers unlocked and everything like that, and start upgrading your ninja bar or whatever, he starts to really flourish.
And what was hard for me was that I wasn't using a controller. I was using the keyboard.
Ooh.
And man, that's awkward as fuck.
Yeah, I bet.
As fuck.
I think I even said, I was like, you can plug it in like and use it. You just have to. You do have to get a thing called DS4.
We were talking about that like after.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
After we had finished playing. Or towards the end.
I think my favorite that I've played so far is probably fucking April.
Oh, okay. April's cool.
Yeah, so a slight hot take. Leonardo is the worst turtle in the game, in my opinion. He's just not fun to play as.
Yeah.
And like that may just be subjective, but like all the other turtles had something that brought them like had sort of a like a thing, whereas Leo kind of just is like the sword guy and has sword moves. You know what I mean?
You look at their stats, and Donatello's got the reach. I think Michelangelo has the speed. Raph has the power, and Leo is just like just
there.
balanced.
He's like a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
I get that.
I do-
He was just the least fun. To
I do
play
love
as, in my
Rachel's
opinion.
taunt. Or Rachel. Fucking-
April.
I don't know why I keep calling her Rachel for some reason. But
So-
yeah, I love April's taunt.
April is my favorite character to play as
Yeah.
in the game because they gave her a fucking Chun-Li
Her
spurting
jump kick?
her uppercut
Oh
kick.
my God.
It's so fucking
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
It's like a Tatsu kick. I'm like, fuck, man. They
And-
gave April a Tatsu kick, dude.
It was
Yeah.
funny
That's so
because
fucking cool.
we were I was just playing on stream with Derek, and like we'd die and we couldn't figure out how to revive each other, and I'd go down and Derek would like taunt next to me, and Raph's taunt was just a laugh. Just laughing that I just got murdered.
So funny because like if I remember right, the button right next to, or well, I mean, if I maybe I'm misremembering, like because I just half the time would mean to press a completely different button, and so I would just, instead of going to go revive him, I would accidentally hit the taunt and just be like, ha ha ha.
So you were pressing R1 instead of L1 when you should have been pressing L1 because L1 is how you give
Well,
like.
he was
Like
playing
on the
with
keyboard though.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes it completely different. I love
I think it was Tab. Tab was the revive, or maybe.
I love the little revive animation because it's just the other character giving him a slice of pizza.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Oh yeah.
So there's a trophy to get a 250 hit combo chain,
Jesus Christ.
which it was just funny how I unlocked that. I got one of those little roller mechanic enemies, teeny little. They almost kind of look like those like robot dog
Yeah.
Yeah,
toys.
yeah.
They have like the one wheel. So I was Mikey, I think. Because Mikey has some pretty good aerial stuff to keep the enemy in the air. So I just like put it against I had him stuck on a wall where I just like kept bouncing it off the wall, and I was like, okay, am I really gonna get to 250 just by doing this? And sure as shit, I got all the way to like 370 before I fucked up.
Jesus.
But it's so cool, like especially as April to like do the 3 hits of her 4-hit combo and then do the uppercut to like have them bouncing everywhere. And it's also cool to like double tap, like put like launch them in the air and then double tap to sprint towards where they're going to fall and then immediately catch them into another combo and then bounce them off the wall and rinse and repeat. It's so much fucking fun.
That hoverboard level where you have the foot soldiers that are on the big jetpacks, or like the little things that are flying back and forth. All I did to hit them was I just kept doing like the Tatsu kick because it would just fly right up into the air and hit them.
Donatello has the best taunt for sure.
I don't know if I've seen it.
It's just him crouching down, turning around, playing a Game Boy.
Oh,
and then eventually, like he'll like turn around and see that like somebody's like he'll turn his head and he'll like see that it's like oh shit, I've been caught. What a wonderful game, dude. What a
It's
wonderful
so
fucking
great.
game, dude.
So great. I think that's kind of it at the moment. I mean, I've been playing a little bit of Diablo Immortal here and there.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I have fun with it. Like, I don't know. It's just, I'm not paying them a dime
Yeah.
for anything.
Right.
Good.
But, like, that's never been my life. Like, what kind of life is that?
Good.
What kind of life is that?
It's been a while since we said that, huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, I play that super casually, but yeah, that's about it.
Oh yeah.
That's the big streamer's life, to answer your question. That's the kind of life that is.
Right.
Well, that concludes our episode today. We hope you enjoyed it. As always, you can follow us on social media.
On Facebook at the Nerd Corporation, a podcast.
On Twitter and Instagram at Nerdcorp Podcast.
Or you can shoot us an email at nerdcorppodcast@gmail.com.
And if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just search the Nerd Corporation and look out for our green Nerd Corp logo. Follow us on Reddit, r/Nerd Corp Podcast. Tell us you love us. Tell us you hate us. Tell us we suck. Just come talk to us. Cole is ready. He's ready to tell y'all how wrong you are.
I will fucking fight you.
We're ready to believe you.
It'll be fun. I promise. It'll really be fun.
If you want to join us in listening to the episode, follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/nerdcorepodcast. I'll be playing random video games and listening to episodes of the podcast while I play. So come give us a follow and come talk to us. If you love what we do, consider supporting us on Patreon, patreon.com/nerdcorepodcast. Several tiers of loot to have access to, from stickers and shirts to extra content and bonus episodes. We'd like to thank our Nerd Corporate backers, Glenn the Simp, Fillmore McLaurin, and Jake Hurst, and our Nerd Financial investors, Kim Nichols and Dallin Gilbert.
Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dallin. Thank you, Fillmore. Thank you, Jake.
Board. Every time. Every single time.
If you can't make a monthly contribution, consider supporting us on PayPal, paypal.me/nerdcorepodcast. We want to have the best loot, give you the best giveaways, and give you the best nerdy experience, and that is the best way to do that. So, from all of us at the Nerd Corporation, we thank you, we love you, and keep it nerdy, y'all.
Goodbye.